All right, so I got Brandon Thompson here, Helen Thompson Media. Brandon, why I'm really excited to talk to you is because I noticed on your LinkedIn profile, you've been at this a long time, right? It shows 1999 to present. So I know you have been through already many trials and tribulations, just knowing what's happened in our economy since 99. I opened my business in 2008 and got an SBA loan 2 weeks before Lehman Brothers collapsed. But you've been through, 9/11 and 2008 and, probably many other things in between. So I'm excited to chat with you about that because you're probably pretty well prepared for, something like this happening as best you can be. But Brandon works with one of our franchise partners down in San Antonio, Cecilia and Jack Johnson, doing some media buying and advertising work for them. So I'm excited to chat with you about your perspective, especially from a marketing angle. A lot of business owners I'm talking to right now that are still open are investing nothing in marketing because they're scared. Other ones that are closed have shut all the marketing off because they're scared. And that doesn't seem to me like it's probably the best approach. Seems like they should be doing something. So I definitely want to get into that with you too, about some positive things you could be doing in your marketing if you're a business owner. So Brandon, I know you've got a ton of clients that you've accumulated over the years. This show is it's called Shift, and it's about positive shifts that people are making. We were just about to chat about some positive shifts that you're seeing with some of your clients, but do you have any anecdotes from some of your clients right now that are thinking about this differently and kind of in a more positive direction?
Yeah, you're right. There is just a wider range of people canceling, adding, staying status quo. I think what we've seen, like, Planet Fitness, I'm just going to use them for example. I mean, they're shut down. And so they spend a ton of money in advertising, and I get it. I get why some of these people have to pull money and not advertise because their doors are shut. Nobody is going in. But they did it. They're doing it quickly. They're doing it early, and I don't have any. It sucks. There's going to be very limited billing for a month or so, but at the end of the day, it was the right thing. On the other hand, we have some clients, fast food like Bush's Chicken, who's open. They started in Waco, and they basically started like the three lines that go through one drive-through that have people taking orders there. So it's a pretty cool deal, and they're thriving because we're really pushing out on social media like that they're open. They're doing curbside delivery. And those places I know, and like Whataburger and San Antonio, Bill Miller's, I mean, they still have lines wrapped around to go into those. So those are some positives and cool things to see. And then we have a couple of auto dealerships who are really wanting to take advantage and shift on how people are buying vehicles. We have one guy in San Antonio who he started this, basically it's an express shop. It's a Ford dealership down here. And he's been doing that for a year and a half. And it's really to get people to go through the whole buying process online. And so he has been doing that for about a year and a half. And now this time hits, and it's just like perfect time. He's been pushing that. So, and with all the crazy incentives, so he's kind of putting a little bit of more money into the market and whatnot, and seeing positive results. People are actually buying vehicles and taking advantage and doing it literally from their computers.
I have to ask you about this right now because this is very, very important. How do I get the best deal on a car right now? What do I what I need to do? Because I've heard one of my buddies he said this about 3 weeks ago. He goes, Ben, wait 30 to 60 days. All cars are going to be like 20-25% off. But you're working directly with auto dealerships. There are a lot of people that are thinking about, they got some extra cash. We've got a pretty affluent client base. Should they be buying right now? Is it going to get better, you think? What are some of the deals out there?
I haven't seen the drop in price in the vehicles yet, but I can only assume it's going to come because although they are doing good, they're still not nearly what they were before. So I have a feeling a lot of dealerships are going to have quite a bit of inventory And he's right. They're probably going to start dropping their prices. But like, you know, Chevy and all the manufacturers right now, they have 84 months, 0% interest for 84 months, which is
wow,
crazy. And, and deferred payments for 6 months. So it's like, I don't know if I could pay off a car for 84 months, but, but I was just doing the math, you know, because I'm in the market for a new car because I think my son is about to get my old truck. So I want a new one. And I'm like, gosh, I can get whatever I want really, because the payments are next to nothing for 84 months.
So if you've been wanting that Ferrari, but the payments, you know, were too high, you might be able to get them for the payments for half price. Car for full price, payments for half price. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
And well, I think and one real cool thing I just want to just real quick is like the TV, radio, even Facebook. You saw put some stuff out. They're the ones I feel like have really kind of come to play. Like they have slashed their rates to half, even a third, you know, a third in some cases to really kind of help and to, you know, the advertisers. That's really cool. And I think Facebook just put out something where he's giving like $40 million to small businesses for advertising on Facebook. So there's some cool things that media is doing as well to help companies that are thinking twice and scared and whatnot to be able to have their message out there.
I'm so glad you said it's exactly where I wanted to go. I was joking about half price cars. I mean, not really, because I'd like one right now, but on the media side, because you're a media expert, where are the deals right now? Like if I came to you and I'm like, Brandon, my business is still open. I'm a restaurant. We're still doing curbside. I got $5,000. Where's the best place for me to spend it? Do I go to TV? Do I go to radio? Do I go to Facebook? Do I do some guerrilla marketing stuff? What would be your generic recommendation there?
Yeah, I love social media for one. You can put those posts out, put money behind them, be very, very targeted to any type of audience, any location. So I really like that. Another really cool thing that I love that is probably the number one thing we do even now and before this is those interviews on some of the TV stations. I think in Dallas you have WFAA, like it's a Great Day Texas, I believe, or Good Morning Texas. It's a huge show, and basically it's a pay to play type of interview, but generally the consumer doesn't know that. They think they're watching Good Morning America or something like that. They have a huge bond and loyalty to those TV hosts already, so they already trust them and whatnot. And right now a lot of them are doing virtual interviews via Zoom, so they're still doing the live shows, but nobody's really at the studio. So it's pretty cool that they're Zooming like me and you were doing, but they'll do interviews and they'll be able to basically ask any questions they want to ask or answer any questions they want to answer. It's all led by the advertiser. So that gives you 3, 4, 5 minutes, sometimes even more than that, to really talk about your product and what you want to say and different things that you might want to say. So in the different markets that the prices vary. Dallas is obviously an expensive market, but some of your other markets like Kansas City, San Antonio, and some of the other markets, you can get on there for relatively inexpensive. So I really, really, really like those.
That's interesting. I would have never thought of that. I mean, you're getting me excited right now to call up my local news station or call you, right, to get me on a show, especially if you can do it from Zoom.
Yeah, and so that's so that's a pretty cool deal. So those are the two things. Like if I had minimum dollars to spend, and I was wanting a pretty quick return on investment, a pretty immediate, that's something I would do. I think we actually did one for Jack and Cecilia down here, and like literally when they were on there, they had I think 150 people call in within 2 minutes of doing it. And so they work really, really well for response, for very quick response.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about kind of personal stuff. You mentioned you got a kiddo. How many kids do you have?
Yeah. So I have 2 kids. My son just turned gosh, 15, and my daughter's about to turn 12 or 13 next week.
Okay.
So, which
So
is actually,
you,
I think, go ahead.
I was gonna say you've joined the world of stay-at-home teachers.
Yeah, and I think we're lucky. My wife used to be a teacher. She was an elementary school teacher forever. She's been retired for 7 or 8 years now, but like she still subs and like PTA president, does all that stuff. So she gets stuff done, and she has our kids on a real good routine. And I think early high school and middle school is a good age to be stay at home, because you can tell them what to do, you can put them on a schedule, and they'll follow it, and they're zooming with their teachers and stuff like that. Where I think on elementary school there may be a little bit more struggle, because they don't have the structure, they're still just not there yet. So it hasn't been too bad. Like our kids right now are in their other rooms, like doing their schoolwork, and they don't get any technology to like, they're not technology. They don't get their phones until like 2:30 or so every day. So we keep them on a pretty tight leash for the most part, and they're just awesome and do real good.
Well, I want to acknowledge you just for continuing to get work done and get on our show and still make things happen for your clients while it is a challenging environment. I've seen some people just kind of stick their heads in the sand and say this is too hard, there's too much going on, and there's no judgment there. It's difficult, right? It's probably noisy on some Zoom calls, or the kids come in and ask you, like, especially if you've got younger kids. But I want to acknowledge people that they are finding a way to adjust and adapt and overcome whatever this adversity has been thrown in their way. And it might mean that sometimes, you're taking a phone call in your closet if you have to.
Yeah.
So, hey man.
Yeah, my son, I'm surprised he hasn't come in here. He's a 7-course member too.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
And I was telling him I was meeting with you, and I thought he was going to stick his head in, but it sounds like he's doing some work over there. But
I love it. Hey,
that's our thing. We love, like, that's our thing, to go there and just hang out and be guys every couple of weeks, and so.
Well, it's your loyalty and thousands of other people that have been coming into Gents for 11 years that make it happen for us. I want to end just talking about this state that I think we all need to be in right now to move to a better place, to unlock creativity and innovation and ingenuity. And that's a state of gratitude. As you and I were chatting before about what adversity could be something that takes you in kind of this direction over here where you're just frozen, you don't know what to do, or adversity can take you in this direction where you end up doing things maybe you've never done before, or think about things you've never done before. And so I believe that being in this state of gratitude will help you get through that adversity and hopefully make you come out better than where you were before. What are you either personally grateful for, or what have you seen your clients right now be grateful for that's kind of helped them get through this time?
Yeah, so I'm grateful for so much. I'm grateful for awesome kids, my family. I'm grateful for having awesome houses, cars, being able to sit down with my family and have dinner. I'm grateful for all those little things, and I think I always have been. But sometimes, like during these hard times, I'll think about, I'll be kind of down on myself or down on life or down on something. And sometimes, my wife's real good about just having me take a step back and look at like what we have and what we've got going on for us. So I'm always pretty good about just taking a step back and just kind of looking at the bigger picture and just being grateful for what I have and what's in front of me and whatnot. So I've always been pretty good about that. Yeah. So I don't know. Did that answer your question?
For sure. I mean, it reminds me of a quote that I read recently, something to the effect of a man's wealth or a woman's wealth is really tested and really shown through when you have lost all of your financials, right? All of your money. So your true wealth is what you have when you don't have money.
Yeah.
And I think people are finding gratitude when maybe their financials are shot. They've laid off everybody. They have no revenue coming in, but they're still grateful. They still feel this peace. It's probably because, like you said, even before all of this, you were in that place. And then there are other people that may have thought they lost everything because their financials were lost. And this is an opportunity for you to reflect, I think, on what you have, right? And what you've had the whole time.
Yeah, and I think you said it real good earlier. It's like I've been fortunate to go through some adversity, and times in business and whatnot. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried. You know, it's not easy times, but I do feel confident that I'm going to be coming out of this, and I'm going to come out of it stronger than before I went in, for sure.
Yeah. Awesome, brother. Well, I hope to see you when I'm in San Antonio next time. I'm not going to be traveling for a little while, but we'll catch you next time at the Gents Place. You and your son, it sounds like, hanging at the Gents Place.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, thanks. Appreciate the call. And have a good one. Good luck with these. I know you're probably crazy on these things. So
yeah, you bet, brother. Stay safe out there. See ya.
Okay. Bye.